Tuesday afternoon, everyone. I have been, well, I picked some little crab apples. I've got a little bit more of my decorations on my little altar for fall, tomorrow being the equinox and all. And I've been kind of trying to force myself into work this afternoon. That's why it's such a mess there. I had the tripod set up. I was doing a couple self-portraits with my Polaroid that are in the line of tapping into my grandmother's. I did a double exposure here of a mask I made from my grandmother's face, and that's myself, and so that's a long exposure, so I was able to hold the mask up to my face and pull it down because of, it's not double, it's a long exposure, excuse me. This one over here was the double exposure. I have an old gypsy costume that my grandmother made my mother, and I put that on even though it doesn't fit very well anymore. The waist on the skirt's way too tight. It was made for a teenager, not for a grown woman. But I was trying to conjure fall here. I did a double exposure. There's some leaves underneath there, but I tried to get some motion in and it didn't quite work. I like the concept. The execution isn't quite what I wanted yet. So that's what I've been doing today. Oh, I'll show you. Look at my mess. Isn't that terrible? I gotta clean up. This is, oh, that's what else. I'm getting my Baba Yaga pendant. There's babcia. There's my great-grandmother. And I'm going to do some bead work and string some beads. I have some amber. I don't even know what this green thing is, but it's green. I wanted amber for the earth and green for the life. And then these beads, I don't know exactly what they are, but they were my grandmother's. And it broke. And instead of buying new beads, I actually just took apart a bunch of old stuff. And so when I get this pendant, I'm going to do some little simple wire work chain loops. Tasha, you probably know all about this, but I'm going to just play with it. Since it's going to be a project that's going to have some meaning for me. I'll talk about that more when I get to it. But anyway, I also processed some film today. Well, actually, that was yesterday. These are long exposure pinholes, and I'll just scroll down on my Flickr here so you can see. This is a pinhole picture. It's my hand and my amber bracelet. And this bracelet, actually, if you can see, is a little geisha bracelet that I have. And then another T with these interesting little light aberrations in there. I'm not sure what those are. And then we have one more long exposure with my backdrop there. It's a long exposure pinhole. Just, I don't know what I do when I do these. I just feel it and let it go and see what comes on the film. So that's what I've been up to today. It's actually been a pretty nice day. I had a nice long walk today. Just some high clouds there in the sky. So that's what's been happening today. Trying to get back into gear. Nice long walk. Trying to get the art thing going. Trying to connect with my grandmother's. I don't know what to call these. Maybe I should call these art vlogs. Although it's a little bit more conceptual than, or I don't know what, philosophical than actual art demonstration. So anyway, this is, not this, but my grandmother made all of these for my mother when she was in a back in 1930 something. My mother was a teenager and she was in a Polish choral group, and I think they went to. My mother was born in Chicago, but they moved to California, and I think they came up to San Francisco. But this is, my grandmother made this. This is all hand stitching on here. I don't really have much of anything from my grandmother, but I do have these, and I have been hanging on to. This is the stitching on this skirt is really fantastic. I don't think, well, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell whether it's all hand stitching or not, but it's great fabric too. Back from, well, what would that be? How many years ago? 80 years ago? No, almost 70 at least. But she also did a little vest for the gypsy costume as well. And then I also have the Polish costume that she made. Hanging on to that. It's even got a petticoat with it, I believe. She might use one of the treadle machines. And I love this vest. The poor shirt's got some kind of stains on it. I don't know what from, but I would never fit into any of this. But then again, I have to remember it was from my mother when she was a teenager, so. But look at that. Isn't that a fantastic vest? So I have all these. I've thought about actually like somehow framing the costume, but now I'm thinking I should use it in art projects. Maybe I just need a skinny model. Yeah, so that's what's going on today. I'm not so sniffly and sad. We heard from Julian yesterday, and he was going to go out actually and see a concert tonight with some friends that he's made there. So that's cool. Just trying to push through this art thing because I'm not feeling it yet. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with my motivation. There's a whole energy thing going on here that I haven't quite figured out or moved through. Well, I guess we try and move through everything, don't we? So anyway, so that's Tuesday. Let me see, tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Is tomorrow the equinox? That's what my calendar says, the 22nd. It says autumnal equinox, Mabon. So I'll have to make a good autumnal dinner tomorrow. Tonight, no, because I'm going to Aikido. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this very random art-themed, spirit-themed, spirit art-themed blog post. And not blog post, vlog. I get confused. There's too many things online to be able to do. So there you go, from my messy art room, a very messy video upload. But hope you're all having a good day, and I wish you all a happy equinox tomorrow if I don't make another video. And that's about it. Okay, bye friends.